Mission begins in 10 seconds.
Okay then, how are you doing fellas? This is Team Fortress 2, playing some Payload on Thunder Mountain as the sniper, and I'm using the Machina, which is a rifle I feel like I never ever choose, but I start this game off with quite a nice string of headshots, starting with a pyro, moving on to a soldier, and there are so many heads on offer. I'm just trying to work out an order of importance, pick out the medic next, and there are two heavies on offer. One of them, this one, is overhealed, so I consider him the more dangerous. I take him out, and I see a spy creeping up on our brass beast heavy. No sir, not today. Medic is now pushing the cart, and this is a little awkward. He's crouched behind it, making himself very, very difficult to hit. The soldier's peeking his head out, and with two pyros and a medic on this cart, I missed the easy headshot on this pyro. Heavy gets him anyway, so no bother there. Medic is a tease. He's got my attention. Oh, if I'd have just looked to the right a little sooner, I might have had that sniper and the one on the right. All good streaks must come to an end at some point, though. You can't win them all. So I'm playing as the sniper, and I feel like this is going to be a little more of a play-by-play commentary, because sniping takes very little explanation in Team Fortress 2. It's much like the sniper you'd expect in any other kind of shooting game. You generally try and stand at a long distance away from your enemies, you aim for the head, and you shoot. As I get the medic and two other counter-snipers, and this Demo Knight, I soften him up, he charges, and he could have nailed me there, but that sentry gun just finished him off with the little health he had remaining from that headshot. Get the other sniper, this heavy becomes my new prime target. It's going to take a bit of a charge, and down he goes. The soldier leads me to look at the entire group, and order of importance, I go for the heavy first because I know I can kill him quicker than anyone else. That medic, I always have a tough time shooting medics, sniping or otherwise, but I go to a different spot. He's now the most important one, and down he goes. And now there's two soldiers on the car. The first one takes the first headshot, I clean him up with the SMG, and as I leave to reload, I find out my fun's going to end, as a pyro is going to constantly set me on fire with a flare gun from a distance, preventing me from doing anything for nearly 2 minutes. I had to drop down to these stairs and try and snipe from here, where I could barely see anything, but you can see the cart just slowly moving up the tracks on the ramp, which means someone's pushing it, and there he is. It's a soldier. He goes down, and unfortunately for their team, he was the only one pushing the cart, and the cart's going to roll all the way back down the ramp. I get one more sniper, but unfortunately for me, I soon learn that this is where the pesky pyro was flare gunning me from, and there he is. And he burns me to a crisp with a flamethrower. So by this point they pushed up so far that I couldn't snipe from that top ledge anymore, and I had to retreat, if you like, and shoot from all the way back here and wait for them to push up the ramp with the cart, because going any closer at this point would have been suicide with the sniper rifle. And if you're not so familiar with Team Fortress 2, there's a few strange mechanics with sniper rifles that I could explain. So your typical shot in the body, that would be the chest, the arms, the legs, that's going to do 50 points of damage. And keep an eye out for when I scope in. You'll see a little gauge just to the right of the crosshairs, a bunch of bars that fill up, and a lightning bolt. That's the charge on your shot, and the longer you stay scoped in, the more the bars fill up. And the more charge you have, the more damage the shot is going to do. And after a few seconds of charging, it'll cap at 100%, and when it's at 100%, it's going to do 3 times the amount of damage, triple. So if your regular body shot is 50, but you have a fully charged shot, you'll do 150 damage with a body shot. That's the weird sniper mechanic in this game. The other sniper mechanic is very, very simple, and is pretty much what you'd expect. Headshots. So if you land a headshot, you'll do 150 damage. And this headshot mechanic also stacks with the charge mechanic. So if you have a fully charged headshot, you'll do 450 damage. Which is huge. That's enough to kill any enemy in the game with one shot. So the sniper can kill absolutely anything he wants as long as he lands a good enough shot. And he's really useful to have on the team if the enemies are packing lots of heavies and medics. Or even soldiers, as they can be pretty beefy too, but it's mostly heavies and medics that drive me to switch to sniper. So if the enemy team have 2 heavies and 1, maybe 2 medics, which is, I'd say 1 medic is more plausible, and that's enough to cause a big problem for the enemy team. Having just 1 sniper, that's all it takes, just to look at a heavy with a fully charged headshot, and knowing that that's enough to bring down the beast. Like, he's the slowest, he's the tallest, he's got the biggest head, and when he's revved up his minigun, he's pretty much barely moving. It's a really easy headshot. Like, 1 heavy medic pair can cause a huge problem, but 1 sniper is all it takes to just change that. Take the heavy out in 1 shot, and then everyone else can take on the medic, or you can probably kill him yourself if you land a good enough shot, although they're squirmy bastards. Like I said, I have a hard time hitting them. But simply put, reasons to play sniper: if there's lots of heavies and medics on the other team, that's kind of what drives me to do. Or if there's a lot of snipers on the other team, that you need to counter-snipe, or another one is actually engineers, because a lot of people, if they want to take out a sentry gun, they have to get to the engineer first, but they can't get close enough to the engineer to kill him without the sentry gun killing them first. But if you're a sniper, you can stay out of the sentry's range, and you can work the angle for an easy headshot on an engineer who, when he's behind his big sentry, they're usually standing completely still, just whacking it with a wrench. And when he's down, you can also deal pretty heavy damage to the sentry gun yourself with your sniper rifle. I'd say that's about it, but reasons not to play sniper is if the enemy team are mostly comprised of low health enemies who are difficult to shoot, who pose a huge threat to you, and who are just simply easy to kill if you play as a different class. Like, if there's a lot of scouts and spies on the other team, there's just very little reason to be playing sniper at that point, because they will destroy you, and you would deal with them so much better if you just played as a pyro or a soldier or even a scout yourself or something like that. But the sniper's there because he can insta-kill the big guys with a shit ton of HP, and there's also one other major reason not to play sniper. If you look at your team and they already have too many. One sniper, maybe two maximum is plenty. You really don't need more than that. And anyone in Team Fortress 2 will tell you that. It's the most annoying thing ever when you lose in the game horribly, and it's because you look at your team and there's like 5 or 6 snipers. That's half the team who aren't sponging up any of the flak on the front lines. So prioritize targets, work on the big players, and aim for their headshots. And I flash up the scoreboard as pretty much the end of the game. I was quite taken aback to see I had 40 kills, where 37 of them were headshots in this one round of Thunder Mountain with the Machina. So, happy days. I was pretty pleased with that, needless to say. And it wasn't quite the play-by-play commentary I thought it was going to turn out to be after the first couple of minutes. But either way, if you weren't so familiar with Team Fortress 2 sniping before, hopefully now it makes more sense to you. And I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.